we have like no
or...
culture, so like what are
Wait,
like
what?
about...
White people have no culture? Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, Schubert, Bach,
There's debate that
Mendelssohn.
Mozart was black.
There's
What?
so much culture in
but-
Europe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like when you think white people culture in America, what is it? Potato salad, Starbucks,
They brought
when they were
over
raping and
culture
pillaging.
from Europe, and then
Wait, what?
inside of the United States, all over, you can see collectives of this from Europeans who settled in the South, which has some of its own unique culture. If you go west, it has its own unique culture, and then on the East Coast, same thing. So yeah, they brought over a lot of things, but it was a hodgepodge of European heritages. So there's definitely some culture here in the U.S. for sure.
Somebody has said that African Americans don't have a culture. Okay, well, I'm going to take on that challenge because Mr. Mans asked for systems, traditions, taboos, the foundation. All right, come on. Start with systems. All right, well, we have the village system, right? Where aunties, play cousins are all raised at Big Mama's house, right? At Gigi's house, right? At Granny's house. We all raised right alongside the parents, right? Their children. It's one big family village. It's one big village. That is a system of survival when America tried to break our families apart. Second system, call and response, right? In church, in music, in conversation, call and response. When one voice calls, the community answers. This is how we affirm each other, how we build rhythm within our community. Now you want taboos. All right, disrespecting your elders. The last thing you're about to do is walk up in Granny's house and not take them shoes off and not announce yourself and greet everybody. And you sure as hell ain't about to talk crazy to no elder. You don't cross no elder. That's cultural law. Another taboo, getting too cozy and friendly with authority. See, we have always known that police and state do not protect us. So being a snitch or trusting white authority a little too much, that's taboo. And this is ancestral knowledge that's been passed down out of survival. And you want traditions, baby, the black church, hello. It ain't just about the religion, it's music, it's community, it's fashion, it's politics. It's where a lot of our ancestors went to get healing. And I'm talking about emotional and mental healing from a world they had to walk around in telling them that they're not good enough. Doing everything in its power to make sure they don't survive where they could come to church and get their spirits built back up. Baby, that's tradition. Even though I am no longer a Christian and I have deconstructed my Christianity, you best believe I feel right at home at a black church. Best believe it. And I go every now and again just so I can keep that community because, baby, that's tradition. That's what we do. And then, of course, soul food and Sunday dinner. Don't nobody leave a black church or a black home hungry. Absolutely not. Recipes passed down since slavery, baby. Collard greens, black-eyed peas, ham hocks, pig's feet, cornbread. And yes, baby, fried chicken. All tradition. All part of our culture. Straight from our tables. Let's talk about language. African American Vernacular English, Bookie. A full language system with rules and grammar. Same way Haitian Creole is for Haiti, right? Yeah, we got AAVE. Words like lit, salty, woke, bae. That's us. And what's crazy is the whole world speaks our tongue and don't give us credit for it. Let's talk about music. Blues, gospel, jazz, hip-hop, R&B, soul, rock and roll. Country, hell, it's all ours. Entire industries, whole industries, entire global genres birthed out of Black America. Baby, that's culture. I want to talk about some style, baby, from braids to fades, from sneaker culture to streetwear. Baby, that's us. Our aesthetics have influenced the planet. Yeah, and let's talk about that little slick comment about the civil rights movement being dead. Let's be clear, the civil rights movement did not die. It evolved. The 50s and 60s had marches and sit-ins. The 70s had Black Power. The 80s and 90s fought mass incarceration. And today we got Black Lives Matter, bail funds, and grassroots organizations. Same struggle, just different strategies. Because rights on paper don't equal rights in practice. Ain't shit was handed to us. We fought for that. And we're still fighting. We fight every generation to enforce our rights. Here he's talking about some Black Americans ain't got no foundation. Baby, survival is our foundation. Building a culture that influences the globe out of scraps, that's our foundation. Resilience, collective care, joy as resistance, and creating whole worlds out of nothing. That is our foundation. So the next time somebody want to say African Americans ain't got no culture, y'all remember to remind them. Our systems are alive, our taboos are enforced, Our traditions feed us, and our foundation is unshakable. And the only reason y'all think we don't have a culture and don't see it is because it's so normalized. Every one of y'all is partaking in it every damn day. Y'all done forgot where it came from. The whole world's living in our culture, baby.
White woman made fun of black culture. Then she faced instant backlash for generations. Black culture has shaped America in ways that cannot be ignored. From music and fashion to language, sports, food, and art, Black Americans have influenced the world while often facing criticism for the very things that later became celebrated. So when someone mocks black culture, many people don't see it as just one comment. They see it as another reminder of a long history of misunderstanding and disrespect. But this time, the response wasn't silence. It became a powerful reminder that black culture doesn't need permission to be respected. Let's take a closer look.
All right, white culture real quick. There can't be white culture in this country, period. There's no white culture. And I think that offends white people because we are always talking about black culture and native culture. And then we get mad. We're like, well, we're a culture. No, we're a race. We're a race that took two other cultures, an entire African culture and an entire native culture, and we oppressed one and we tried to eradicate the other. But throughout all of our oppression and our murder and our rape, they never died. Their culture never died. They kept their religious practice. They kept their art, their fashion, their food, their music. No matter what we tried to do to the African culture that we brought here and the native culture that we stole from, they never died. And that drives white people crazy. So now we're desperate to have our own culture because we can't keep stealing from the ones that we've oppressed.
White culture superior to black culture in every single goddamn way. When you hear black people say white people don't have any culture, what they're really trying to say is black culture is superior to ours. So let me get this straight. You think mumble rap, skinny jeans, twerking, obnoxious women, friendly fire, and welfare is superior to getting educated, making breakthroughs in science, technology, and medicine, spending a lifetime mastering your craft, and then building civilizations? What the fuck is wrong with your motherfucking brains, yo?
You do realize you used a hip-hop song as the background music in your anti-black culture video, right? You fucking moron. Anyway, let me tell you something from a position of actual lived experience, because clearly you're hiding in some little white town in the middle of nowhere cowering in fear of black people. I've lived in literally the whitest major city in all of America, and I currently live in one of the blackest major cities in all of America, and the neighborhood I live in is quite literally like a 50-50 split, white and black. It would be your worst nightmare, apparently. Now that that's been established, let me say this very clearly. Black culture, so much better than white culture. It's not even fucking close. And no shade to Portland. Portland's a beautiful city, but Atlanta is just different. It feels alive. It's got vibrance. White culture is just like a fucking hospital bed flatline by comparison. It's the reason why pop culture is so dominated by black culture. It's because it's popular, hence the word pop. And here's the other thing. I have been the only white person in a room full of black people so many times in Atlanta, Georgia, and you know how many times the black people in those rooms have made me feel uncomfortable for being white? 0 fucking times. Find me a black person who's never felt threatened by a room full of white people. I'll wait. On this narrative of like, oh, white people have only created great things and black people have only destroyed them. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Go read a book besides Mein Kampf, you piece of shit. Anyway, fuck you.
I actually like that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are attempting to antagonize black people. Now hear me out. For decades, people have claimed that racism has been gone. It doesn't exist, right? We've been gaslit all these years. We've been told that we were complaining, that we just were lazy. I actually like that they're dropping the facade and just being straight up about it. The DEI, the Derek Chauvin stuff, the Black Lives Matter mural, the white supremacists in Ohio, although they were wearing masks, so I can't really respect them in that regard. But through all of this, black people have not reacted. We're not doing what they want us to do, right? I'd even argue that we're more united than ever, at least the most united that I've seen us in my lifetime. There's nothing left for them to do to us, essentially, because we've seen it all. They broke up families with the war on drugs. There was the mass incarceration with the 3 strikes rule during the Clinton era. Displacement of homes through freeway systems and gentrification. Police brutality, police immunity. Affirmative action, suppressing our votes, which continues to go on today in the South, but we're still not reacting. And I know I made a video on here a couple weeks ago where I was talking about black people, and I kept getting a lot of other people, a lot of other races talking about black culture. And if you ask me, what is black culture? The first word that comes to mind, especially after seeing all of this stuff, is resilience. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments.
I think white people think that other people want to be them. I think they think other people want to be white. They actually think that people are looking at them ordering Charlie Kirk's at Starbucks in a show of solidarity and thinking, God, I wish that was fucking me. They think people want to be like them. Bro, nobody wants to be like white people.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
In every lifetime, if I ever got reincarnated, I would choose to be black. This video is so funny because it is true. Like, white people think that they are the norm, the status quo, and that they are the blueprint for things, and everything outside of the scope of being white is not normal. I can speak boldly for the majority of black people on earth, and I will say 99.999% of black people. In every lifetime, if I ever got reincarnated, I would choose to be black. With everything that we experience in the world, with everything, all the history we have, all the racism, microaggressions, macroaggressions existing in this world, having to prove yourself, being better than everybody just to get an equal level playing field, I would always choose to be black. I couldn't imagine not having 20 cousins, having fake cousins, being communal, going to church, having growing up in my grandmother's house, having dinner at my grandma's house, having a drunk uncle that has hoop dreams at 50 who used to be a rapper. I couldn't imagine not having all the things that bring me together as a black person with other black people. Seasoned food, rhythm, music, clothes, swag, style, impact. I just could not imagine not being this person. So if you're watching this and you're white and you really think that you are the blueprint because the world has told you so, that's a lie, bro. It's a lie. I would never want to be white. Don't get me wrong. There are some people out there that have issues internally, self-hatred, and that's due to our history in this land and the world. But the majority of us would always choose to be melanated in the next lifetime. Have a wonderful day.
Nothing pisses me off more, it makes my ass fucking turn and itch, than when I see a white person appropriate black culture and it's applauded. It's applauded on. But God forbid a black person walks out wearing their own culture. It's ghetto, it's trashy. I had to literally argue with one of my black friends at one point about how walking out in a bonnet just to go to the grocery store, it's not even like I'm going out anywhere where I should be looking presentable, is ghetto, or it's like at least throw like a headscarf, something on. Are you serious? Mind you, white woman walking right by us with a fucking bonnet on. Okay, like, I don't understand why when everybody wants to take from our culture, it's just hair, it's just this, it's just that. It's always some ifs, ands, or buts about it. But then if it's some like Pacific Islander cultural tattoo and it's tribal, or you got something with like Asian cultural dressing, or you even got something with Hispanic culture, God forbid, don't ever fucking touch it. And everybody respects that. It's not even like they argue, they respect them. But we can't even get the same human decency in return. I don't... And even if the other cultures and POCs aren't respected enough either, I promise you it's not to the same degree as black people. They'll be the first target every time. Like, you will always be runner-up or at the bottom of the list before. They gonna come for us first. I swear they do. And it doesn't end. My butthole is sizzling just thinking about it. I'm so fucking tired, bro.
I'm not making this video to start a race war. I'm making this video because I think one of the biggest reasons this country keeps ripping itself apart is because people have forgotten how to listen to pain without making it about themselves. And from the outside looking in, something I've noticed over and over again is that a lot of black people are not asking to be worshipped. They're not asking for pity. They're not asking for special treatment. A lot of the time, most of the time, they're just trying to explain what life has felt like for them and their families. And somehow, the second those conversations start, everything turns into a debate. No listening, no understanding, no curiosity, a debate. Are you sure it was racism? Well, that happens to everybody. Just get over it. My family struggled too. You're playing victim. You're dividing people. That was a long time ago. Just work harder. And it's like, damn. Can somebody speak about pain without immediately being cross-examined like they're...
Seriously, I'm gonna keep saying this until I die. American culture is black American culture. It just gets filtered out and watered down and whitewashed until they can give credit to a white guy. Jazz, country, rock and roll, rap, all black American creation. And then you want to move to the protest side. Bro, not only did Black Lives Matter spark actual other things like Asian Lives Matter and Queer Lives Matter and Trans Lives Matter, but on the flip side, when racist assholes were trying to say, well, Blue Lives Matter, through humanity, what happened is it translated into less of a sarcastic thing and more into a genuine, like, support your nurses and firefighters and EMTs. So even the people who might be the most discriminatory, they gotta think of Black American for their own fucking views.
One thing history has shown time and time again is that Black culture has never stopped moving forward, no matter how much criticism it has faced. There was a time when natural Black hairstyles were mocked. Today they're celebrated around the world. There was a time when Black music was dismissed. Today, genres created by Black artists dominate global charts and influence nearly every form of popular music. There was a time when the way many Black Americans spoke, dressed, or expressed themselves was ridiculed. Today, those same styles influence fashion, entertainment, advertising, sports, and social media across the globe. That isn't an accident. It's proof of the creativity, resilience, and cultural leadership of the Black community. Supporting the Black community means recognizing that Black culture has enriched America for generations. It has inspired innovation, created billion-dollar industries, and influenced people across every background. When people try to mock Black culture without understanding its history, they often discover that the very things they criticize have already earned respect from millions around the world. That's why so many people push back against stereotypes. Not because Black culture needs validation, but because history deserves to be told honestly. The truth is simple. Black culture has never been defined by those who tried to mock it. It has been defined by the people who created it, preserved it, and passed it from one generation to the next. In the end, criticism fades. But Black excellence, Black creativity, and Black culture continue to leave a lasting mark on America and the world. What do you think? Why do you believe Black culture continues to have such a powerful influence around the world? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below.